Welcome to Cooking with Asase Mama. Today is a special day because it's 1 year after taking a year off. Back then it was LA's Kitchen, but we revamped, we doing new things, we got great things to show you. So it's now Cooking with Asase Mama, and I have my first guest. Her name is Tamika Rice. She's going to be cooking with me. Well, I'm actually going to be cooking with her, and we're going to introduce her so she can tell us what she's going to be doing, and I'm going to get out the way.
Hey everybody, my name is Tamika. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. So today I'm going to do just a little twist on a classic chicken stew. It will be kind of like New Orleans Creole style. It is a crowd pleaser. I do usually cook for a lot of people with this particular dish, and it's a fan favorite. So
The girl can burn. The girl can burn.
Maybe. So hopefully you guys give it a try, and maybe you'll like it too.
All right. So first things first, what we got to do?
So first things first, we need to clean the chicken.
All right. That's a given.
Yeah.
So while I'm cleaning the chicken, what are you going to be doing?
So what I can do is I can assemble what we need to cut.
Okay.
What we need to cut is the Trinity, which is green bell pepper, celery, and onion.
Okay.
I am not from Louisiana, just to let y'all know. But I am a foodie, and the Trinity is basically a staple in
I've got
cooking.
a request in for it.
All right.
So when I go in tonight, I'll have to look and see if they pulled it. Because I asked them to take me for it. So when I go in tonight, I take stock.
All right, so I'm cleaning this chicken. Is there any kind of special seasoning you want me to do?
So with the chicken, no. Because everything is going to be in the pot. I'm going to end up turning on the pot. And
Okay.
after you clean the chicken,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask you to just help me cut up the green bell pepper celery.
Okay. No problem.
So since you have the celery over there, how many knives do you have?
We have 3 stalks.
Right. Do you have more than one knife we both can cut, or do you want me to wait?
Oh, you can use this knife. We got
Okay.
more than one knife.
Great. So when I cut, I like to just cut it away from the stalk here. I like to cut it like this on every side. I think I did a little too much. Like that. The whole purpose
That was my next question.
was to avoid the seeds, but I cut too deeply on that one side.
Got you.
So, and
But does it
then,
really matter?
well, you can throw all of this away,
Okay.
and that way you don't have any seeds.
In the food. Right.
Right. Now, green pepper gives this really good flavor, so
Okay.
I'm using it, but to be honest, I don't really like to eat green bell pepper.
You don't, you said?
No. I'm so finicky, but it's really good in this dish, so I like it that way.
I find that I have to, with green pepper, I have to really like cook it down because of the gas,
Yeah,
and it irritates my stomach.
yeah.
But it does give food great flavor.
Like smoky-ish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like an omelet is just too much. I couldn't handle it.
I didn't realize onions and green bell peppers and stuff like that gave a lot of people upset stomachs, but I learned, as in when I cook the foods for people, they say, oh, I can eat this for that reason. I was surprised at it.
So what do you do for a living?
So I am a nurse,
Wow.
a registered nurse, but this is what I do for fun, and I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically you're a jack of all trades.
You can say that. I'm just going to cut this a little finer. I like, I like for the things that I cut, like the condiments and stuff that I cut. Not to be too big, but not too small. Because,
Right.
we're going to stew this, so it's going to disintegrate.
Right.
Eventually. So, and when I cut the onions, I like to cut the ends off.
Right. Okay.
And then cut it in the middle. This knife is beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It's nice and heavy.
It's one of my favorite knives.
Oh my God, it's nice and sharp.
Okay.
I love it. Alright.
Let me go to a separate sink to wash my hands.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
So I'm still cutting. Doesn't matter which way you cut. Doesn't matter if they flake off too. And that little. I honestly think this is enough onion and green bell pepper. I honestly think that's enough. I'm gonna put this extra here to the side to be used at a later date and time. All right, so we have celery here. Cutting off this part. I don't need that. And I don't need this either. Cut all that off. You probably only need one stalk. So. Not too thick, not too thin. It's probably too much. I'll put that here. Okay.
All right, is there anything you want me to do? So that stuff over.
Okay. So we're gonna let's start off with now the sticks of butter, as you guys know, are measured, pre-measured. So we want to do maybe at the 4 tablespoon mark.
That's one thing I love about the stick of butter. They let you know how much, you know, from a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. So it lets you know. So that's one beautiful thing I love about that.
Definitely. So for right now, we're just going to saute everything. Actually, I want to prepare the ginger, so I'm going to put a little ginger in it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I love using fresh ginger. You can always use powdered ginger if you want, but I like the fresh stuff. It tastes so much better. Sometimes I combine both, depending on, you know, the taste that I'm looking for. The ginger and chicken together is the bomb.
Yeah. Especially like a sesame ginger type of, well, I love that taste too. So is this chicken good enough? Or do I need to?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I meant to bring kitchen shears to, because sometimes I cut the skin off, but in this case we don't have to. I mean, the fat got the flavor on it, believe it. But, so if you want to be extra healthy, you can cut the skin off with the chicken. But in this case, we'll keep it on.
Okay, so are you gonna like sear it?
No.
No, you're just gonna.
No. So we're just going to literally boil it in a pot. And that sounds kind of wonky, but trust me, it'll come out really good.
No, I trust you. I've had your mac and cheese. I trust you. I trust you. Not everybody can make mac and cheese, but I've had your mac and cheese. So
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now ginger, if you're going to do it fresh, it's better to grate it or blend it, because you don't want, you know, it's kind of woody, so you don't want those pieces, you don't want to have to bite into those pieces to try to, you know.
Oh, with the ginger? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can get like a little aluminum pan so you can put those things in. So you can put that to the side.
Yeah.
How much ginger you said that will be, like maybe a tablespoon?
Not the best at measuring.
Nor am I.
say about a knuckle length of ginger. That's how I measure ginger.
Knuckle length. That's a new one on me.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what this is.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
A knuckle length.
Yeah. See, like you hold it up and then you hold it up to your finger and, you know, the length of like your first knuckle you'll use. I'm just trying to chop this up really fine. Again, because you don't want to be biting into this. You're like, oh my God. I don't know. If you're a ginger lover, you'll be cool with it, but if you're not, okay. But that's what it's going to be. Alright, so the onion, celery, and green bell pepper is in the pan here. Now,
Not the head, not the chef head.
did it fall off?
Not the chef head.
Alright.
Here we go.
Alright, I don't know what it look like. You got to.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, so we have our celery, green pepper, and onion here. We have our ginger here. We can actually keep the ginger on. The next thing we want to do is we want to have some garlic ready. Again, I love fresh ingredients. So, and here's how. So maybe we can use, listen, normally I use the whole bowl. Seriously, I put a lot of garlic in food. I love it. Garlic is my friend.
And it has a lot of benefits.
It sure do. I'm going to make this too garlicky because I don't know how you all feel about garlic.
We love garlic.
Yeah.
It's our bestie as well.
So, in addition to this fresh garlic, I have garlic in this spice that I have. I'll show you guys in a minute.
Okay.
And this is what I do. I like to cut the ends off the garlic just because I don't want that in the food. Do it on both sides. Nice and sharp. I don't want to cut my finger. Because you guys tell me where you get this knife. I love it. So I'm cutting this here. Alright, so I'm going to just do, for the sake of the video, I mean, you know, 3 garlic cloves. Again, there's garlic and some other spice that I'll show you shortly. So what I like to do is smash the garlic with these skins on, because then it's easier to pull the skin off. And I do like this, like that. I also just like to smash it even more, and then chop it up a little bit. It don't have to be, you know, we're going to stew, so therefore I don't necessarily have to chop this up because it'll disintegrate in the sauce. Unlike ginger. So this one here, you know, you kind of put all your weight on there. Pull off the skin. The ends are off. If it's not smashed enough, you smash some more. And then give it a rough chop.
It smells good already.
The garlic.
It smells good.
Thank you.
It smells like it's going to have a lot of flavor.
Okay, so pulling this off. And so you're a garlic lover like I am, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so we have a whole stick of butter. We're going to use half first and then use half later.
Okay.
So in cooking, kind of like Creole, Louisiana style, we want to make a roux, but we're going to do the roux in a non-traditional way. A roux is just equal parts fat to flour, but we're just going to do it kind of different. We're not going to do it the traditional way, like make the roux and then put the stuff in there. You can do it that way if you're used to cooking that way, but for this, you don't have to be traditional. So, would you help me?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to place this half stick of butter in a hot or heated pan.
Okay, so let's turn it on.
Yeah, you want like a medium high.
Medium high.
Yeah.
Okay. Oop.
We gotta get our flour together.
When that clicking, that means it's too high.
Yeah.
I always get confused because I'm always cooking down in the area. I'd rather not. I'd rather cook in the front burner because it's a bigger burner. Here we go.
Alright. Okay. So as the pan is heating up, you want to add the butter to the pot?
Okay, so I just want to wait for it to get heated up.
Yeah.
And when I just realized I washed it out and it's still a little wet. Does that matter or?
No, because as it heats up, it'll evaporate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I see some smoke.
Did I bring carrots?
No carrots.
No carrots. You know what? I like carrots in there because, you know, carrots are kind of sweet and it gives like a little sweet flavor to it, but that's okay. We can, you know, it'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The taste will be slightly off the normal, but it'll still be really good.
I believe you. I believe you.
You do? No? Alright. So you got the butter in there?
Have it half the stick.
Alright, so swirl it around for me.
All right, let me get a spoon so I can get this
You can
one.
use the pot. Just take the pot and swirl
All
it.
right, well,
There you go.
and this is the way I would do it. See, I was trying to be a little fancy for you. All right. So we got our swirl on.
There we got the swirl on. Put this one. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to hold the garlic for now because
It will burn.
garlic burns. So you can go ahead and put that in there.
All right.
You can just take that with me.
Oh,
Roll on in me. So as we cook that and we let it become somewhat translucent. It doesn't have to be translucent because again we're going to stew it down
right.
to the ground. So what I like to do before I put that in there, so I want to apply some green seasoning. So basically green seasoning is more of a Caribbean thing that they do. And it usually is composed of different herbs, different peppers. For me, what I put in this, I think I put parsley, I put cilantro, culantro, I put fennel in this. I put like 4 different types of peppers, 3 different types of onions, a medley of different things. Everyone in the Caribbean do something different based on where you are. I am not Caribbean, but I took a play from their book with this, and I really do appreciate it. So I need a spoon.
You said something that I've never heard. You said cilantro and culantro?
Cilantro.
Never heard of it.
So culantro, I don't know a lot about it. I know the people from Trinidad, they use that in their green seasoning.
And it's a green leaf.
It's like a relative of the cilantro family. It has a different flavor to it. I can't explain it because I didn't do my homework before I got here. Just saying. But it gives like this, it's not bitter. I would say it's a little bit more tangy, like flavor to it. So I like it. I just put it in there.
Is it like peppery?
A little bit more peppery.
Like arugula?
No.
No.
Maybe.
I tried.
I don't know what to compare it to.
I tried.
Hey guys, you can just look that up because let me tell you. So you know what? Never mind the spoon. I'm just going to do, you know,
Okay.
we'll do the hood way here, which is just all over there.
All right.
That's fine. Listen, improvise. This is what cooking is about, right? Like,
It is.
yeah.
And what I love to say is there's no right or wrong way. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their little spin, their little twist on what they like.
You want to stir that around?
I sure would.
Yeah.
So now we need a spoon.
Now, all right. I should have just let her get the spoon.
Should have just let me get this
You know, I
spoon.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So you want to stir that around?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the only reason why I put half the butter
This
in,
smells so nice.
the only reason why I only put half the butter in is because you just want to stir this around, but we have to put the rest of the butter in. You put like butter,
Yeah,
butter.
butter make it better.
It's butter.
But I
Now,
make it better.
is this salted butter or unsalted butter?
Unsalted, I always get unsalted.
I love you. I love you. You know why? Because great minds think alike. Unsalted, you control the salt. And the
Control the salt.
Yeah. And for some reason, to me, it tastes creamier. I don't know why. To me, unsalted butter.
Well, for me, I like to add. You cannot take away once it's there. So if it's needing a little salt, I like to add salt to it. I don't like it if it's like something's too salty.
Right.
Yeah,
So I'm going to add here, and I'm just using my own mathematics here to measure how much. But Poultry Magic, I love to use, and it has salt in it. All right. So you want to put that in there, and then I'm going to use Creole seasoning.
Creole seasoning.
And just give it that taste that I'm looking for. And it has salt in it as well. Oh my God, it's not open. Can you stir that? I don't want it to burn.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My God.
It's not enough in there. I'm trying to. Alright, so basically you want to add about 2 teaspoons of this stuff in here. 3 teaspoons for me. I like to put extra. I don't know how much for me. Okay, so we got that. And now we can put an extra thing of butter in because I want it extra buttery. Alright. And then we let that melt. Again, I didn't want it all in at once because I didn't want it to be kind of swimming in butter sauce before it cooked. I wanted it to cook, and now we add extra butter so then we can start to add the flour. Okay?
Alright.
Alright. So again, remember what I told you about when you make a roux, it's supposed to be equal parts fat to equal parts flour. So if you do a whole stick of butter, which is what, 6 tablespoons, 8 tablespoons, you're supposed to do 8 tablespoons of flour. I'm not putting 8 tablespoons of flour in this. I'm going to eyeball it. Basically, you're using the flour as a thickener because when the chicken comes down, we just want it to thicken the sauce.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then we gotta also cook some of the flour out. The flour taste out. You don't want it to taste like flour either.
Or gritty, yeah, that gritty taste. Yeah, I got you.
So once you can stir it again.
Okay.
So once that is a whole lot of butter.
That smells so wonderful. It smells wonderful already.
It tastes wonderful. Trust me.
And today wasn't a good day at work. I work in the hospital and the cafeteria was closed. I was so hungry. And you coming with this stuff. Smelling so wonderful.
Goodness.
All right.
All right. So what I'm going to do is add the flour to the pot, but you want to add it in like a sprinkle because you don't want it to like thicken up or clump up.
Or burn at the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to. Again, I'm not doing the equal parts, but I'm going to look and I'm going to show you the desired consistency that tells you, hey, that's enough.
Okay.
All right. A little thicker. Okay. All right, and I'm going to put a little bit more. All right.
And I'm going to stir a little bit.
Actually, it's it's still a little liquidy. Alright, try that. So what you want it is almost like pasty for me. That is what I'm looking for. I want it to be, it looks a little too liquidy, so I want it to be a little pasty.
Maybe you were right the first time with the amount of flour you had.
Yeah. Like equal parts. Well, yeah, that's what they say. But I'm good with it at that consistency that you got it there. And so, once that's all, just keep stirring, because with a roux, any roux that you make, you want to keep stirring. You take a little break, but just keep stirring, try to make it a little dark. So
Okay,
that,
gotcha.
then we make
Pick
the
up on that
sauce.
flavor. God bless.
Thank you. Flavor, and you want the sauce to not look green.
To not look
Green.
okay.
From like the green seasoning.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it will, and I'll still eat it, but you know. Who wants to eat green chicken, right?
Hey. If it's delicious, I'll eat it.
I'm trying to add some more of this Creole seasoning. You can't eat enough of this stuff. It's just if you want to watch the salt that I'll show you. It should be good.
Alright.
So when you cook it with salt, you know, I don't necessarily like to use salt by itself.
Okay.
I like to use something that has salt in it.
Okay.
And therefore I don't have to use salt.
Okay.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I don't shape individual salt. Okay, so it's at the desired consistency. It's looking good. Throw the chicken in there, please.
Alright. Let's throw it all up in there.
Throw it up in there.
Alright.
Oh wait, you know what? We forgot?
Garlic.
Garlic. Alright, here. You know what? That's okay. Stir that again because you don't want to be
Yep.
on. I'm still put the ginger in there too. So you want, even though I don't cut up all this ginger, you want more garlic than ginger. You want the ratio to be more garlic because garlic is strong and ginger is stronger. And ginger will overpower the garlic.
Yeah. It definitely will.
Yeah. Alright, now you can add the chicken.
Alright.
And we gotta add water. So you might want to take it to the sink and I can turn water on.
I'll take it to the sink.
Alright, now before we begin, I want to explain this. Because we're making chicken stew and this consistency of chicken doesn't really take a long time to stew. So you don't want to pour too much water because the amount of water that you put in the pot will make a difference between having soup or stew. If you put the water all the way to the top, you
That
can have
makes
soup.
perfect sense.
If you put maybe just covering or at the level of the chicken that's in the pot, then it's stew. There you go. Oh, this is hot water maybe?
Tell me when.
Yeah. We want to do at the level of the chicken.
Okay.
You can always add more water if the chicken is not at the desired consistency for doneness if you want, but when you have too much water it's so hard.
Is that
I will
good?
put a teeny bit more. Yeah, that should be good.
Alright.
Alright. And so you put it back on the stove. You want to stir it around.
Sure. Stir it around.
Alright. And then here's the thing, you want to season the water. So the thing about cooking is, you know, different cultures, you know, I used to think, you know, we black folk had it down, but I'm telling you, other cultures with the seasoning, they on point with it, and I'm telling you. So I learned a lot from trying to eat a plant-based diet, and I started looking into other cultures and how they cook their food, and I learned so much. And so now I learned, you know, I took a plate from, you know, Indian cuisine, from French cuisine, from the Caribbean cuisine, from the Asian cuisine. I just mix it all in. So that's where I am right now.
Alright. Congrats on that.
Alright, so we're going to season this. Since we already put, I may not have put enough. Listen, this Poultry Magic, it's dynamite. It's magic. Chef Popadone, very good. Oops. Probably put a little too much, but you really can never put too much. Because of the salt, though. You do. So with this, this is a chicken bouillon cube. Not a bouillon, well, a Maggi cube, that's chicken, or whatever. I don't know. What is this?
Bouillon cube.
Bouillon cube. Okay, we can say that. The question is, why are you adding the chicken bouillon cube in the pot of chicken that you boil in the water? Because you want to provide that extra chicken flavor. The chicken is obviously going to make its own stock because you're boiling chicken, literally. But just throwing this in there is like a little added flavor, add to the flavor profile. Alright?
Alright.
So, we can do... Now, do you have concerns about the sodium? So I hope this isn't too salty. It shouldn't be. But I'm just going to throw that in there. We're going to put some cumin because, oh my god, cumin with chicken is the bomb. Again,
Here's the bomb.
I don't have exact measurements, so I'm just gonna put a little bit to taste. And
Adobo.
my friend adobo, you cannot make chicken without adobo.
You can't.
Just can't. Now, do it matter if it's sin pimenta or without pimenta, without it, whatever? I don't care. I don't know the difference. I just eat it. Okay. You want to watch this though, because it's got salt. So it has salt in the Creole
bouillon
season?
cube and the Creole season, yeah.
So you want to watch. But we'll figure it out. You always want to add white pepper. I love white pepper versus black pepper because white pepper imparts this like smokiness to the food. And so I prefer it over black pepper in certain dishes.
Okay.
And this would be a dish that I prefer, white pepper.
All right.
Put that in there. About a teaspoon or two, just depends. Now, a couple other things we want to put in there.
I see okra and the...
Yeah, so I had carrot. I bought carrot. I went to the store, bought the carrot, didn't bring the carrot. That's on me. This is what I do. So what I'm going to do now is you're going to put in some bay leaf. Now here's the thing about bay leaf. If you put too much in there, it's too strong. You don't want it, but that's what gives it that flavor, and I'm telling you, it's just good. If you have 2 whole bay leaves, you want to use 2 whole bay leaves. Or if you have pieces like this, you want to use what you think is the equivalent of 2 pieces. You may be wrong, but whatever. And if you start to taste the chicken at some point and it tastes too much, you can always take the leaves out. I mean, the leaves have to come out anyway, but we want to put that in there. You don't want to do too much. Again, bay leaf, great, but it does overpower if you put too much in it. The other thing, took a play out of, you know, people in the Caribbean. I like pepper. Do you eat pepper?
I don't.
If you don't,
I
won't put it in
don't.
there.
I don't eat things that's too spicy because of my stomach.
Got it. So we will
But
keep
I
that.
don't mind if it's just a little spice, but not too much.
So if we take it out before it bursts, it won't be too spicy. However, it's boggy because I took it out the freezer and I can't predict whether or not it'll burst. So I think we should just keep it out.
No, let's just try it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
But it's gonna be hot if it bursts.
Okay.
All right. So we just put that in there. So the okra, and unfortunately I didn't bring the carrots today. The carrots again imparts this like sweet flavor and I love it. And I don't have it and I'm sorry, but guess what? It'll still be really good. I never liked okra ever in my life until I became older, and now I love it. I am on this old lady kick, and this is what is going on in my life right now. I'm eating okra. Can you believe it? And you can too. I'm telling you, okra's not that bad. So we'll save this, so maybe an hour into the cooking process, we can add the okra, because you know okra's slimy, but okra, we're going to cut it up, but okra will thicken the sauce, and that's what you want. Anything that adds thickness to it is what you want. Alright, so I just want to give this a stir. It's going to smell good cooking. So basically it might need some more water. I'll get some more water. Yes, it's not enough water. So basically you want to cook the chicken down to the desired consistency. For me, excuse me. For me, the desired consistency would be that it is to the point where it's about to fall off the bone, but not shredded. If it's shredded, it means that you overcooked it and now you got soup. Sometimes you can look and say, oh, I need some more water. Again, you want to be careful adding too much water, but I think it just wasn't enough. But I think that's enough. I mean, we'll see. We can always add water to cook it down. Remember, the rule is if you want, you know, if it's not to the desired consistency, you can always add more water. But if it's too much water and you gotta cook it down, it's gonna come down to like a shred, and then that'll be soup. You don't want that unless you want soup. All right, so we can leave this on. We can take it off. I like to put it slightly ajar, which is a little open, but not fully closed. And we wait. Bye.